Hello students, good morning. Today we will complete our chapter 4 of class 11, that is Animal Kingdom. We have already studied the super class, that is Agnatha, in which we have studied about pieces. And in this class we will study about Gnathostomata, in which tetrapods come. Tetrapod means who have 4 legs or 4 limbs. In tetrapods we will study about amphibia, reptiles, apes and mammals. And look at the blackboard. Here are some examples. They are written in biological name and English name. You have to take the screenshot of it and write in your fair notebook, and should have to learn it properly because they are so tough. And you don't think so tough because you can do it. You can learn it while doing any work, or you can make a chart of this biological name and can learn. So let's start. So first topic we will study is amphibia. As it is completely theory, so listen me carefully. Amphibia. Amphi means dual, bian means life. Those organisms who shows dual life are called amphibia. As the species of this class can exist both on land and in water, so they are placed under this class amphibia. So what are the general characters of it? How we will able to identify the species is under class amphibia? So listen carefully. First, they have 3-chambered heart. We have studied in pieces they have 2-chambered heart, but here they have 3-chambered heart. They bear 4 legs. 2 are 4 limbs and 2 are hind limbs, means which we consider as hands. In biology they are called 4 limbs, and the legs are considered as hind limbs, and they use it for jumping. As it is amphibian, so it can live in water. So those live in water have slippery body, and their body is segmented into 2 parts, head and trunk. In some species of amphibia they have also tail. Their body, or those amphibians who live on your buffo means toad, which is called land frog, as they are living in land, so their outer surface of the skin is so tough and they bear some oil glands. Okay, so they can live inside the soil during winter season, as they are cold-blooded animal, which in biology called poikilothermos. The term is poikilothermos. They are poikilothermos as they are cold-blooded animals, so they can't maintain their body temperature constant. That's why they hibernate or go through deep sleep in winters. Again, their fertilization is external. Remember, in amphibian fertilization is external. Development is indirect because through tadpole stage, means when frog converted into adult, frog's egg converted into adult, it goes through a phase. That phase is called tadpole stage. Larval stage, tadpole stage, then frog. It has eyelids. Like us, it has eyelid, and it has a tympanum. No external ear is present. Tympanum is a hole which represents the ear. So this is the example. Example is buffo, which is called toad. Then rana is called frog. Its complete name is Rana tigrina. I will tell you later in the classroom. Then hyla, which is called tree frog, and salamandra, which is called salamander. They are the biological name written here. So I am telling you again, you have to remember these names. They are so important. So next move to the class reptiles. Reptiles come from the Latin word ripier or reptum. Ripier means those who crawl or creep. Crawl or creep means what? Those are animals who use their chest for move or to locomote. So all the organisms who crawl or creep, like your snakes, lizards, chameleons, crocodiles, etc., are come under this class. So what are their common characteristic features? Like amphibians, they are not able to live both in water and land. They only live on land. Only a few of them live in water. So some of them also release their or leave their scales, like in case of lizard and snake. Again, some of all the organisms of reptiles have 4 legs, with few exceptions like your snake, they have no legs, but in past they have legs, but as they are not use their legs, so the legs get disappear. Leave it. So next is reptiles have, like amphibians, they have tympanum, no external ear. Their heart is 3-chambered. The exception is in case of crocodile. Remember, all reptiles have 3-chambered heart except crocodile. Crocodile have 4-chambered heart. So crocodile is warm-blooded animal, whereas rest of the organisms of this class are cold-blooded animals. Crocodile is warm-blooded animals. Next, their fertilization is internal and they are oviparous. Oviparous means who lays egg, means they give birth to their young ones by laying eggs. So they are called oviparous. Oviparous means who lays eggs. They lay eggs. Again, some of them also bear oil glands for secretion of oil, which are also called sebaceous glands. So as I have told you, they show internal fertilization. Development is direct. Okay, development is direct. Here are some examples. Chilon, which is called turtle, which look like tortoise. Then your Naja means cobra. Cobra is the English name. Naja is the biological name. Then chameleon or chameleon. Then your calotis, which is called garden lizard. Then crocodilus, crocodile. Alligator, alligator. Then your Hemidactylus flaviviridis, which is called lizard, house lizard. Then Bangarus is called krait, is a snake that is poisonous. Vipera, viper, which is found in oceans or seas. This is also so poisonous. So they are the characters of reptiles. Next moves to the class Aves, means birds. In this class all the birds are present. As I have told you, all tetrapods are kept in this superclass Gnathostomata, but here you must, in your mind, the question must be arise, how aves are placed in this superclass, as they have 2 legs. Remember, initially birds have also 4 legs, but as they are not using the 4 limbs, so gradually they try to fly, due to which their 4 limbs get modified into wings. How is their body structure? Their body structure is composed of feathers. They have feathers for fly and 2 wings for fly also. They have pneumatic bones. Here is the term you have to remember. Pneumatic, P-N-E-U-M-A-T-I-C. Pneumatic bone means their bone is hollow. Why hollow? Because they fly, so it makes them lighter in the air. Again, they have streamlined body. Streamlined body help them to reduce the friction that is created in the air. So they are the characters. They have streamlined body. They have eyelids. They have oil glands. Again they have pneumatic bones. They bear feathers for fly. So they are the basic common characters. They are also oviparous, means lays eggs. Means all the species of aves lays eggs, and they are the most common examples of aves. Corvus is the biological name, so I underline here. Corvus is the biological name, which is in English called crow. Then pigeon, pigeon is the English name and its biological name is columba. Columba. Then parrot, its biological name is Psittacula. It starts from P, P-S-I-T-T-A-L-U-L-A. C-U-L-A. Psittacula is the biological name of parrot. They are the common features of aves, and here exception comes, they are four chambered. They have four chambered heart. That's why they are homeothermous, means warm-blooded animals. Because due to four chambered heart, two auricles and two ventricles like this, two auricles and two ventricles, which helps in maintaining a constant body temperature by separating the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood from each other. So they are called warm-blooded animals or homeothermos. They have also beak. Some of them omnivorous, some of frugivorous, means which eats fruit. Some of them are carnivorous, like your vultures, eagles, etc. So next, move to the class Mammalia. This is the class which contains maximum number of species. Here are some examples. I will explain you. First, let's see their common characters due to which they are placed under this class. As they have presence of mammary gland. The species of Mammalia have presence of mammary gland. The first important character, presence of mammary gland, means through which milk is secreted, and they nourish their young ones by this milk. Then their body possesses hair. This is also a very important character of mammals. Their body possesses hair in their life cycle, or any time they bear hairs on their body. This is the characteristic feature. Again, they have four chambered heart. They are warm-blooded animal. They have four limbs. Some of them uses four limbs. The front two limbs used as hands, and back two limbs used as legs in case of human beings and chimpanzee also. But majority of them uses both the four limbs for running and jumping, etc. Next, they have pinna. External ear pinna is present. In case of mammals, the external ear pinna is present, due to which they can easily collect the sound wave and listen clearly. So here they have eyelids, eye slashes with well developed body structure. They have presence of placenta to nourish the young ones inside the body. And they are the examples of mammals. Here mammals are so both, means by laying eggs and directly gives birth to their young ones. So here the examples, platypus, which is called ornithorhynchus, which is lays eggs. Although it is a mammal, but still it lays eggs. Then viviparous are Macropus, which is kangaroo. Macropus is the biological name. Next, Camelus, that is camel. Biological name of camel is Camelus. You should have underlined here. Then monkey. Monkey's biological name is Macca. And rat's biological name is Rattus. Dog's biological name is Canis. Cat's biological name is Felis. Panthera leo is the biological name of lion. Panthera tigris is the biological name of tiger. Then Elephas is the biological name of elephant. Equus is the biological name of horse. Delphinus is the biological name of common dolphin, etc. So they are the basic characteristic features on which the animals are divided into different classes. In our next class, we will study about morphology in flowering plant. So for today, the chapter 4 is completed.